Look, I am freaking done with all these kids. All these kids getting in their car, leaving school, getting in their cars, and going to get food from some places like freaking Whataburger, Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Subway, Pizza Hut, Long John Silver's, and so on and so forth. I'm sick of it. Why am I talking about this? Well, it's a new traditional trend going around where kids had the solution. What can I do? No, I don't want to be a freaking kid. I got it. I drive. I get my driver's license, get in my car, go get the food, and come back. I've talked about this over the years on my show, on this show, and to my surprise, no school has ever heard of closed campus. Why? Nobody wants to deal with it. The principal doesn't even care. And you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about Linda Medley, the principal of my old school. Now, Crenshaw was principal while I was there, during my time. Now, I'm not throwing the school under the bus, but when I'm saying I am throwing the school under the bus for this. It's open campus. What does it mean? It's a privilege granted by parents and administrators to sophomores, juniors, and seniors least who will on during their unscheduled time. The goal is to give students the opportunity to develop personal responsibility for their unscheduled time. It's an important privilege will last only as long as students treat respect. Parents give permission will be canvassed the handle registration process. Sophomores may leave campus to have the induction meeting with the associate principal or the assistant principal. Okay. That's open campus. That's the thing that Medley did. And when this Whataburger thing happens on Wednesday, I'm going to go over there and give her a piece of my mind and say, what the hell is wrong with you allowing these kids leaving campus to go get food when you know they can get in an accident? The bottom line is this. You can drive off this property, you can drive off the school property, get in an accident, your parents want to know where you are, and nobody in the school can explain it. This is serious stuff right here. Because if I were to leave school to go get food, I got in an accident, they'd find out where I am, I end up in the hospital. It's like, that's how it happens. No one takes this very seriously. I take it seriously. Did I leave campus to go get food? Absolutely not. It was either three choices. One, eat the school lunch. Two, bring lunch from home. Or three, don't eat it at all. It was the same crap every week. Every week it was the same thing. And I got used to it. So, you might be asking me, well, if you did the same thing every week, didn't you get sick? No, I didn't get sick. If I got sick from the raw stuff, from the stuff that didn't cook, then surely I would come on here saying the same thing. I would be with the students in this. So, no, I didn't get sick. I never got sick. I never got sick from the school lunches. If it was something I ate at home, sure, I would have gotten sick. But closed campus, this is all about safety. And according to the handbook, I mean, I looked at the, let me tell you something, I've looked at the freaking handbook of my old school, and nowhere Nowhere in that handbook did it mention closed campus. Nowhere. So, why am I saying this to you now? Because nobody cares. Nobody looks at the handbook. Well, I have the handbook. And look, I've looked all over this handbook for closed campus, leaving campus early. But I remember looking at this, and I never remember seeing this, so I gotta give props to you, Medley. All you've done is you don't care about safety when it comes to people leaving school. You don't care. All you care about is nothing but yourself. That's all you do. You don't care. Let's take a break here. Coming up, people leaving their identity. Nah. Let's take a break here. We got more company break coming up, especially about IDs. Lost my ID a few times. Never got disciplined. I'll tell you about that when we come back. When I was in school, you had to wear your ID badges. Those are just the little plastic things that you had to put on yourself, top or to the waist. I'm dressing this right now because during my time I've seen students with no IDs. I used to enforce this ID rule, and you lost your ID, you had to go down there and pay $5. You lose your ID, you'll be disciplined according to the code of conduct. And these are like 50 pages. So I'm looking at this. So again, you don't bring your ID, just put it according to code of conduct. But out of 55 pages, I don't see anywhere in this code of conduct or any one of our handbooks that specifically states I don't see anything. I remember it saying you leave campus without permission about disciplinary action, removal from blah blah blah. So what really needs to happen here, we don't need a lot of people, a lot of students leaving class. I mean, if we would allow that to happen, run out of their cars, get to the food places, and get injured. It's a safety issue. It's all about safety. Every school district you go to cares a lot about safety. And when I was going to school, I never left campus. Never left school to go get food. I had to simply stay here and stay at school and eat lunch. It was either that or eat nothing. So, this is 39 pages of the Code of Conduct, and nowhere there did it say anything about stinking. I don't know. I'm not even going to get into that. But what I am going to get into is a lot of things. Like, I am going to talk mainly about this bullying issue and the littering issue, but with some help. So, I advise you, if you're going to need help, I'm going to need some help from you guys when I can partner about this for my show. So, if you're in a bluff, want to volunteer, let me know. I'll decide whether to pay you or not, depending on how much tips I get. Yeah, I'll think about it. But what I am going to do is a strategy. Like go undercover, like I'm eating or something. Then when Melanie pops in, stop eating. I go, hey, my name's John the Carpenter with Company Break on YouTube. We're doing a story on schools don't care about the law or bullying. This and that, blah, blah, blah. But, well, that's all that for the other time. But I want to get into students using the school computers. It's a privilege, not a right, but according to the Code of Conduct, you can't be using it to do your own things, like post threatening messages. You can't go on Facebook or whatever. But leaving campus early is against the rules. Do that, disciplinary action will do it. But using the internet, using the school internet as your personal thing, if I use my school internet for my YouTube channel, I would be canned like that. They take it away, and then I explain to my assistant principal, hey, I was just using it for my YouTube channel. And then he'd be like, blah, 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 you can't be uploading here in school, you don't, if you want to do that at home, this and that. I get detention, whatever. Not only that, but a phone call home. But I see people just filming school and then they upload it. But there's two people I know. There's one person I know that has two people I know. I talked about him 5 years ago. I never talked about her. This was a student who had a channel, and the time I caught her, she filmed on school property. In my mind, I was like, tell her to turn off the camera, and I didn't. I was like, forget it. You're not supposed to film in school without consent. And if you had a consent form, then it would happen. But nobody ever gives consent. Period. So, yeah, if you're going to make a YouTube channel, don't be filming on school property unless you have consent. If you want to consent, talk with them. Talk with the administrator. Have approval, but don't do it without permission. Back in a moment. As y'all know, last month was this National Bullying Awareness Month, but there's one student who has been picked on. I'm not going to say his name because I think he may be a minor, but I'm not going to say his name. I'm not going to tell him his username on Instagram because he's a minor. I don't, and the rules of journalism is you're not allowed to tell the people names or stuff like that. That can get you in a lot of trouble. But this was someone who reported to the school 3 times, and they did nothing about it. After all, if you go on Flybluff's website, if you were to go on here and click on, I don't know, student resources, something like that. Or, I don't know, for parent resources. Or community, I don't know what you click on, but I don't see anywhere in this website a report a bully thing. I bet they took it off because, well, I don't know. But I deal with a lot of bullies, and this one right here, they don't care. They let it happen. It's my advice. I want it back. But they spend a lot of they use our tax dollars. They use our tax dollars for this crap. And they can't find a way to just report a bully. I mean, if you were to Google if you look up report a bully on the internet, it'll send you to this link. And then you get your information. It says, don't worry about the spelling, spell like it sounds, you best you can remember date, time, blah blah blah. You should identify your school where you're from, we read your mission was answer all the questions, marked with the star before you're able to submit this report. The more information you give you to begin investigating concern. There's main concern, you're bullying and securing now really obvious in school, report it immediately. And in this case, if this student that I talked to did not fill out this form, they would have investigated this, brought in the students, and this would have happened. Just like back in 1997, 2020 did a story called Dangerous Hallways. And in that story, there were 2 girls that were being bullied. One of them had a routine scheduled out. Like, she would be late for class, stay in the car for a couple minutes. During lunchtime, she would hide in the bathroom. And the other girl, I'm not sure. But the principal and the assistant principal said, one of them, I think I remember this. One of them said gonna have you go home for about. I'm gonna have you suspended for about a week. Say you did nothing. Suspended for a week because we can't do anything. Same thing. Keep her home for a day. Can't do anything. So that's what they did. Talked with the superintendent and said, "I'll figure something out. I'll give you a call." No call was made. There was no call. If there wasn't a call, he would have said this and that. Those two girls would have been protected. But back then, you couldn't even deal with this. There weren't no laws. No, these kids just picked the crap out of each other, harassed them, teased, and still nothing was done. Maybe they would have picked up. None of them would have picked up this game, which it wasn't around back in 1997. But on an earlier console, I would have addressed this to you. So I think what needs to happen here is every school district have a website. And they did. Just go to flyboyschools.net/reporterbully, and I'll have the link in the description below or on top. Jeez, it's like I'm sick of people being picked on. If you see some, say something. That's the motto. Back in a moment. How well did the school do in its COVID? Well, according to, November 10th, 1 case from high school and 1 from the district. 0 from the 11th, 0 from the 12th. None from the 9th, 1 high school, 1 intermediate. The 8th, rest are zeros. 2 high school students, 0. 1 junior high, 1 high school, rest are 0. 1 high school student, rest are 0. Great. That's really good. And they're still in stage 2. Good. Oh, and they did have the website. They had the link here, so. And if you have your safety concerns, you can email them at safety.flyboyschools.net, and then they'll probably take care of it. So, I'm not trashing them, but I'm not trashing that they don't have the website, but I am trashing them because they never reported. This was a student reported 3 times. They did nothing. He committed truancy. I told him, hey, don't be doing this stuff. He dropped out. He's thinking about dropping out because of this. And I told him that's his choice. But I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to. Well, I'm going to talk to his parents. If he lives to talk to his parents, I'll talk to his parents. This has got to stop. And I take this very seriously. 5 years of this show, I've talked about this. And I take every topic with a grain of salt. I take it very, very seriously. And every school should too. Maybe what they should have done is taken a page out of Robstown and created an app. Instead of just having this on the page, they should have just created an app. And I'm going to raise hell about that on the next board meeting, and it will be audio recorded. Be on the lookout for that. That's it for now for Cut Me a Break Saturday. Follow us here at YouTube, turn on your post notifications. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you tune in to more Cut Me a Break. Join me here at YouTube for this next time with another edition of Cut Me a Break. Thanks for watching.